This video I'm going to talk about the Fluval 105 and one of the basic modifications I did. As it's known, Fluvals are notorious for bypass. I found a way around it, and it's very basic. It doesn't involve any modifications that essentially ruin it. Basically, to get this open, involves using the materials that are available with the filter and filter floss, or basic wool. What you do is you basically take the sponges out of the first compartment, and I'll explain what to do with them later, but in place of the sponges you'll take filter floss. The floss you use here you'll cut to be larger than these compartments, as this floss will shrink once it absorbs water. And as it collects debris, it will continue to shrink, and by cutting it larger, it will keep a constant fit. This side here, you want to keep it taller as well. I'll explain this later on. Now, what you do with the sponges, in these compartments here, on the 105 model at least, I believe it's the same for the 205, these sponges will fit perfectly into these chambers. You get 4 sponges, so you can fit 2 in each one. And on top of it, this isn't exactly Biomax, but it's the equivalent. I'm not really big on biological filtration, so decided I'll try it anyways, as it is a planted aquarium. So basically, by doing it this way, the sponges fit right in here. You don't need to cut them or anything, they fit perfectly. So you get this whole column of your filter for biological filtration using the sponges, and this whole half you get enhanced mechanical filtration because you're not using sponges, you're using floss. And this should last longer than the sponges as well, like in terms of cleaning. It should last a month and a half at most, possibly 2 months. And you just simply take it off and replace it. It's cheap. Now, what I'm going to explain here, by leaving this as excess, it sticks out at the top here, so you're essentially creating a seal. You don't get any bypass over or around the sponges to the impeller housing. As you see, these notches here that expel air. There's no seal between the two compartments really. Typical canister filters, you have the input at the bottom and the outtake at the top. Fluval, it's basically meant to go in a U shape, and you typically get bypass problems over the top here. So by doing this you eliminate it, you enhance your mechanical filtration, and you have an entire half of the filter for biological or whatever you like to use, using materials that are already readily available and they come with the filter. Very cheap and effective. It has made a noticeable difference. Water is very clear, you don't get any bypass at all. And it's great. You can pick up the floss anywhere for basically pennies. It's very cheap. No modifications, you don't hack the unit up or make a mess of it or throw anything out that comes with it, essentially wasting money. Very good, simple modification, I guess you could say. Let me know in the comments how it works if you decide to try it for yourself.